Folks, this is one crazy story. Check this out. This is NPR admitting how wrong they were for the way they were treating the American people behind the way they feel about Trump. One of their editors over there is spilling the beans as to what happened to that place.
NPR is being forced to defend itself and its journalism after a senior business editor at the company, Uri Berliner, published an article blasting the outlet for being biased. His piece in the Free Press is titled, "I've been at NPR for 25 years. Here's how we lost America's trust." He exposes how NPR intentionally chose to cover Trump negatively and cherry-picked which stories they would pursue.
I think after a while we started covering Trump in a way that like a lot of the legacy news organizations, that we were trying to damage his presidency, to even find anything we could to harm him. And I think what we latched on to was Russia collusion, like a lot of news organizations, which was, as I write, sort of catnip, although it was just rumors and a lot of it based on pretty shoddy documents. We really latched on to Adam Schiff. He was like our muse to the Trump collusion story. We had him on constantly. And then the Mueller report came out and no collusion. And, I think we sort of the story kind of disappeared.
Well, these are all things that we knew if you had your eyes open, but that is very powerful coming from someone who is an editor at NPR. He added that an open-minded spirit no longer exists at the company, calling out the lack of diversity within the voter registration of the journalists.
At one point, I got so frustrated with what I saw was the lack of different perspectives in our coverage that I decided to look at voter registration, among our staff. And what I found was 87 registered Democrats on our editorial staff. So there were Republicans. I presented this at a all hands or a large news meeting, and I said, "Hey, look, something's gone wrong here."
No shit there. Something has definitely gone wrong. He said 87 people worked for the company. Not one registered Republican worked there. Something happened along the way where they just stopped covering the truth, folks. Maybe the fact that they didn't have a diversified editing board and diversified employment opportunities. Something to look into. One of the things that bothers me the most about this is NPR is government funded just like PBS, and that really grinds my gears. Now, I've got another little short clip here for you folks. This is MSNBC had a focus group on some undecided voters trying to see how they would respond to Trump versus Biden. Now, I won't play the whole clip for you, but they definitely said, some of them said, we like Biden because of his stance on abortion. And the other 8 on the panel said, yeah, that's about it. It's about the only thing he's got going for him. And then they asked the panel about Trump. And some of the people on the panel said, Trump's just a little, I guess obnoxious is probably the best way to describe their opinion of him. But overall, everybody decided that Trump was better for their pocketbook, for the economy. Check it out, folks.
Group.
I want to show 2 more. The undecided voters were also asked how they think President Biden is doing on the economy. Take a listen.
I think he's been absolutely disastrous for the economy.
I agree.
Raise your hand if you think President Trump's policies on the economy would be better for your family personally. Raise your hand. All right, so that is everybody. President Biden argues that his economic record has been very good. He says President Trump's was not as good. What are you keying off of, Sean? Since you had the best smile, and Virginia the second best smile. What are you keying off of to say President Trump's economic policies would be better for you?
My past performance of my 401k. I know it was post 2020 and everything kind of flipped around, but you can't blame everything on 2020 for forever.
We have areas here in Pennsylvania where it's just at a standstill right now. Like things are supposed to be being built and the interest rates are just way too high for people to invest and start moving around.
And Virginia, just staying with you because Pennsylvania is near and dear to Joe Biden's heart. Are there Biden policies that you would blame for the problem? And if so, what are they?
The interest rate is so high right now, and I know they're trying to cut the inflation down, but like if nobody is building, no businesses are really coming to Pennsylvania right now to keep us moving forward.
Even if you're trying to buy a house, because I'm trying to become a first-time home buyer, the prices are so high right now. It's just hard.
Is there anything Joe Biden could do or say between now and the time you vote that would make you feel differently about feeling that his policies would not be as good for your family on the economy? Or are you pretty much decided that Trump's policies would be better for the economy?
I mean, I feel like he doesn't even take accountability for what's going on with the economy. Not even accountability. Like he's in denial that it's happening.
The point is Biden needs to hear the people, because when he's talking about the economy doing stellar, he's talking about the stock market. He's not looking at homelessness or joblessness. He's not, at AG's point, thinking about how much it costs to go to the grocery store. And he's gaslighting literally everyone in the process.
Okay. And Omar, you voted for Joe Biden last time, right?
Yeah.
Some really important and hard insights for the Biden campaign to hear there, and hearing all that.
The undecided voters they brought in from 3 of the swing states, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Not too good, folks. MSNBC put this out there. They didn't know how the focus group panel was going to answer the questions. They put them up there on the Morning Joe show. And as goes, it looks like the undecided vote is going to Trump. And MSDNC just promoted it. I love it, folks. I see salty tears on her face with that expression she's got on her face right now. That's the expression she's going to be having in about 6 months.